Hey y'all, it's me, Tara Strong, aka Miss Minutes for Bama Geeks. I hope you're ready to watch, and if you don't, I will have to prune you. Stay on your sacred timeline.
And a very good Saturday afternoon to you.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
It's WrestleMania weekend.
it is. It is. And as you'll see, there are only two of us joining you for this live stream. I'm Brock Parker. That's my wife, Jess.
It's me. It's just us, Oos.
It's just us, Oos, on day one. It is WrestleMania weekend. But first of all, happy Easter tomorrow.
Yes, happy Easter as well. Mhm.
Yeah. So hope you had a good Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good Friday.
Yeah.
A great Saturday. I'm sure it's a busy weekend for a lot of people, but
It is. Absolutely is. But we thought we would change things up a little bit. As you can see, Kevin and Bo are not with us. Kevin is nowhere near the state of Alabama right now.
Kevin's far, far, far away from
Kevin
us.
is so far away. So far away.
So far away.
And Bo is tomorrow being Easter is also a very special day for Bo. It is his birthday tomorrow.
Yeah.
So Bo is doing birthday things with the fam and celebrating, and so a little bit different formula this weekend as Jess and I are basically just we're going to church in the morning for Easter, and we're watching wrestling all weekend. We've been watching. What did we do this morning?
Well, we watched SmackDown, of course, last night.
Yeah.
And then the Hall of Fame ceremony,
which we did not stay up for.
We did not stay up for that.
Absolutely not.
So we got up because they were going to show that about 2 hours or so. It was on air roughly about 2 hours after SmackDown went off,
which would have been midnight here.
Yeah, that doesn't. I do good to make it to the end of the shows these days.
Yeah.
So we got up this morning and we watched the Hall of Fame ceremony. Very great Hall of Fame ceremony. There was certain things we had particular interest in, so we made sure we caught that. But man, if you get a chance, if you've not seen Triple H's Hall of Fame speech, by all means go check that out.
Yeah, that was really good. Triple H did a really good job. Man, and his oldest daughter looks so much like Stephanie.
Yes, she does.
Wow.
More so than the other two. I think the other two daughters have a good mix of him and Stephanie, but that oldest one, she is a Stephanie clone.
Oh,
so yeah,
hands down. So, but before we get into the rest of it, I want to encourage you to go to BamaGeeks.com. That's where you can find everything that you need to find about all of us. We've got our bios up there. You can sign up to be a guest on the podcast. You can check out all the audio, all the video, blog posts. You want to leave us a voicemail down in the right-hand corner of the website. You can find a little microphone icon. Click on that. Leave us a voicemail. We'd love to share stuff from you. And also, if you're on social media, at Bama Geeks everywhere, absolutely everywhere. That's all you got to type in and find us. And then if you're on Facebook, you can join our front porch. That's our little private group that we have on there. And I'd love to have you be a part of that. And we'd also like to say a huge thank you to Jamie, which Jamie's celebrating a birthday today.
That's right. Yeah.
So happy birthday, Jamie.
Birthday.
Yeah. And Mike and Darnay and Jack, those are our long-standing Patreon supporters, and we appreciate that. If you want to,
yes, thank you for your support as always.
Yeah, if you want to become a supporter as well, then just go to BamaGeeks.com. All the info is there. So, I guess we can, like we mentioned, a big wrestling weekend. WrestleMania is here. Um, maybe we should have jumped a flight and gone out there because I see tickets are getting very affordable the day
I'm
of.
sure they're more affordable the day of than trying to get when they go on sale. Like most things tend to be. Sometimes ticket prices start dropping as it gets closer to the event, and they just want to get butts in seats more or less. So
Yeah, pretty much.
yeah,
I wish our butts were in those seats. That's the build up for WrestleMania this year is not, in my opinion, not been as good as certainly wasn't as good as last year.
yeah,
Last year was just amazing.
yeah.
But still, I think it'd be great to go to WrestleMania. Next year is going to be in New Orleans.
That
Eh,
is closer to home.
It's just a
A
couple hours down the
a
road.
little closer to home.
Yeah, so we may attempt it. Hopefully my son won't see this. We're going to try to surprise him.
Yeah.
He won't see this.
He's-
He's too busy with his friends today watching the Minecraft movie.
yeah, and hopefully behaving properly.
Yeah,
With
I hope so. No chicken jockey
yeah.
shenanigans.
And the whole everything you see, the build up, when you're the whatever town they're doing WrestleMania in, they have all kind of events that go on the whole week. WrestleMania, going into WrestleMania, you got WWE World, where you can have photo ops and autographs, and they kind of make it more or less their own little con going on
Yeah.
prior to WrestleMania. There's also WrestleCon that takes place in whatever city WrestleMania happens, which is its own. You've got a lot of other wrestling people that are not WWE, but you got a lot of other people, former WWE people, WCW, AEW. So you've got a good mix of wrestlers that tend to show up at WrestleCon.
And a few independent shows.
Yeah, they have all kind of things. If you're a wrestling fan, if you have the chance to go to whatever city, a lot of these big pay-per-views take part in. There's a lot of things that are also leading up to those that are always look fun and fun to be a part of. So, yes, we are eyeballing New Orleans. We haven't made any firm decisions on that, but we're not ruling it out. So we'll just see.
Yeah. Neither one of us have been to a WrestleMania. We both went to Bad Blood last year.
Mhm.
I've been to the 2002 Royal Rumble. Those are really the only PLEs we've been to.
Yeah.
Raw is coming back to Birmingham on July 14th. We didn't think we would get a show this year.
We were beginning to wonder. They're doing a lot of overseas stuff, which is good because those people don't get to see it like a lot of us do. But we miss you being around home turf, so we get excited when those opportunities come back.
Yeah, we went to 5 shows was it last year that we went to 5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and two, the house shows, they've cut down on the house shows. So that's we went to more house shows than we got a chance to see live events. And house shows were always fun because it brings a different energy. There's a different vibe to a house show. They kind of go a little more off cuff at house shows. They have more, not that they don't have fun with their live events, but there's a different energy that takes place in those environments. So
yeah, no commercials.
Yeah, no slowdowns for commercials. It's just it's nonstop.
Yeah. Those are a ton of fun, and we've gotten to see quite a few of our favorite wrestlers there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so as we mentioned at the top, we watched SmackDown last night, got up early this morning and watched the Hall of Fame ceremony, which was really good.
Yeah.
And so we just
Lex Luger, also Hall of Fame,
yes,
going in this year, and he's going to be at Iron City Comic-Con in Birmingham. So
cannot wait to meet him.
Looking forward to meeting Lex, especially after a lot of the interviews he's done, being inducted in the Hall of Fame. Now, we get a chance to finally meet him when he comes to Birmingham.
Yeah, and he stood up and did his speech
yeah.
at the Hall of Fame. That was man has had a life.
Yes, he
has had a life, and has had one heck of a redemption story. And so we are really looking forward to meeting Lex.
Yeah.
Coming up at the end of May at Iron City Comic-Con. So we also this morning got up and watched Stand and Deliver from NXT.
Yeah.
I don't know if that women's 4-way match was the final.
No,
fi-
they just started the main event right
Ah,
before we came on. So
so
Obafemi, Trick Williams, and the other guy.
we're not as up to date on
The
NXT.
other guy that's escaping my memory. Was it West? Not West. Is it Wesley? Maybe it's
Wesley,
Wesley. I
yeah,
think
yeah,
so. Yeah.
yeah. We did watch Ethan Page and Ricky Saints. It
Mhm.
was AEW with a bigger and more involved crowd.
Yeah. And good for those guys. Really
Yeah.
good for those guys because they look great, and I'm so happy to see them moving on to different things, being used more, being put out there more. They're two talented guys, so I just can't wait to see what all comes with them now that they're part of the WWE.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Hopefully, Ricky will have some sort of appearance at WrestleMania next year,
And
since it's going to be in New Orleans.
yeah, I hope so too. Yeah,
That'll be fun.
yeah.
So, what we decided to do today, with Bo and Kevin not available to join us, we decided to jump on here today and we're not going to be on here a whole long
Mhm.
time. So, but we wanted to talk about WrestleMania and give our predictions today for night one. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come back tomorrow on Sunday at the same time and talk about what we got right, what we got wrong, any surprises that happened, that's going to happen tonight. We'll
Mhm.
talk about that tomorrow again at 2:30 Central. Jess and I will hop back on here, and then we'll give our predictions for night two. And so for our audio listeners, we'll combine today and Sunday, and then we'll just release everything into one podcast episode for Wednesday. And there's Kevin. Kevin says hello from Hungary.
Hello, all the way
Hey,
over
Kev.
there. Hello.
We told you he was nowhere close to Alabama.
He is across the water, couple of land masses over. So yeah, he's a little far away from us right now.
Yeah. So, Kevin, you got to let us know what time it is over there. Right now, it's 2:43 Saturday afternoon. I'm sure it's probably in the early to mid evening for you over there. But yeah, so like I said, Jess and I will jump back on here again tomorrow at the same time, talk about everything that happened tonight. Yep, Kevin says it's late and I'm about to head to bed, but I wanted to drop in and give kudos.
Kudos.
Hey, kudos to you
Kudos.
for
Yeah.
being over there and having fun. I hope you guys are having a great time over there. Cannot wait to hear all about it when you get back.
Mhm.
So yeah. So tonight, and we invite you, if you are watching in the chat or you're going to catch us at a later time, drop a comment. Be sure to leave a like, especially if you're a wrestling fan.
Mhm.
Jump in there with a like. And if you're in the live chat, we're going to talk about our predictions for tonight, just for a few minutes, and hop in here and give your prediction right along with us. We'd love to see it.
Yeah.
So I have not given this a whole lot of thought in the last day or two. I have been a little bit under the weather. Alabama's been 80 degrees during the day, 40 degrees at night.
Mhm.
So I'm fighting a cold. It's great.
Yeah. If you know Brock, if you really know Brock, you can definitely tell in his voice.
Yeah.
So.
Even though I like the sound of my voice right now.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
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 To quote Booker T, shucky ducky.
Quack quack.
Quack, 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 baby. All right. So enough of that mess. So what we're going to do, this graphic naturally comes courtesy of WWE, but it was all put together. I found it on Chris Van Vliet, his Facebook feed today. And so this is the night one lineup for tonight. And like I said, if you are in the chat and want to play along with us and give us your predictions about tonight, feel free to go ahead and do that. We'd love to hear from you.
Mm-hmm.
So let's start down at the bottom. We know that Gunther and Jey Uso are going to kick off tonight. I don't know the order of everything else. except for the triple threat with CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns going to cap off the night.
Mhm.
As far as everything in the middle, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But let's start. Jay and Gunther.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on this there, Midge?
Jay's gonna win.
Jay, you got Jay, huh?
Jay's winning tonight.
Jay, I'm writing down our predictions so we can go back over this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? It's a little bit obvious that Jay's gonna win.
Yeah.
I
mean, he's not. Not only for the fact of it's Jey Uso, he is a big merch mover. He is the fan the way he is with the fans, and then the fact that they keep reminding us, or it keeps getting mentioned, he's never beaten Gunther. The storyline they've built between them, Jay kind of finally standing his ground with Gunther, letting him know that he's not afraid of him anymore. All this build up, Jay's winning tonight.
Yeah, I agree. And Gunther, does this propel Gunther into a chase for the WWE title? We know he's the world heavyweight title holder on Raw, but does this? I don't know. If he loses, does this push him over towards chasing the WWE? Because what else is left for him?
I mean, much like when he lost the Intercontinental Championship, I mean that propelled him to this. So very well could be. Yeah.
Yeah, and Jay's one of our absolute favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Gunther is one of our favorites.
Yeah.
Jess and I, we don't care if you're good guy, bad guy, heel or babyface.
Mm-hmm.
If you're entertaining and you are a good wrestler, we're gonna like you.
Yeah.
And we love Gunther.
Yeah, we do.
He is kind of the standard now for professional wrestling for us.
I agree. Yeah.
Jay, I think this is smart to open up the show tonight with Jay and Gunther because, like you said, Jay's a top merch mover, and that crowd, every crowd loves Jay, and that's going to set the tone. That's going to set the energy for tonight.
I agree. Sure. That's going to get. I mean, if you want something to get the fans up, moving, get that blood pumping and flowing, it's going to be getting him out to the ring. And of course, when he wins, it's just going to. I think it's a good, like you said, it's a good way to set the tone for the night. I hope so. I hope that's what propels everything between that and the end to keep the crowd, there. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm looking at one match on here in particular that may, two matches that may kill the crowd.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, everybody, hey, sometimes we need a snack break, a bathroom break. We kind of need to, maybe kind of take it down just a little, not kill the mood, but sometimes you do have to get up and do things in the midst of this pay-per-view. So that's what I'm going to take that as. And Jay, as Brock said, we are both huge Jey Uso fans. He comes from the Samoan bloodline, the dynasty. We've been fans of his father when we were in the Attitude Era of Rikishi. Even going back as kids, we've watched, his uncles, Alpha and Sika's, the Wild Samoans. He comes from, that to Rikishi. The Fatu bloodline in wrestling is just amazing. I love the stories of that particular family and their history and their background. And
not to mention Jay and Jimmy both played football in Livingston, Alabama.
That's right.
For the University of West Alabama. So we got an Alabama connection to
we got some
Jay.
ties. Yeah, we got some Alabama ties to him. So that's also good for our podcast. We could tie that back to to Alabama that way.
So we give Jay the yeet y'all.
Yeet y'all. You probably like that. Is Jay the best wrestler in the world? No,
but is he not fun to watch?
Yeah. Heck yes, he is.
Yeah.
Is that kind of? I mean, he's good. I'm not saying he's bad. Is he the absolute best wrestler? No, and he did work better as a tag team with his brother. But I'm glad that they have let both brothers go and do their own things and be their own person and go out and do their do stuff on their own like that. But that doesn't take away I love Jey Uso. I'm a fan of Jey Uso. I want to see him win that championship tonight.
Yeah, I do too. And I know they'll have Gunther involved in great storylines from here on out. That's just the type of guy Gunther is.
Mhm.
That's the wrestler he is. He's fantastic.
Yeah.
I've loved him since he's been in the company.
Mhm. Yeah. We cheer for him.
Yeah,
I mean, we
big time.
cheer for him. Yeah.
Big time. So so we both picked Jay to
Mhm.
win over Gunther this evening.
Yes.
So let's move to the match that's listed right beside them.
Mhm.
It's this guy right here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, I think we're kind of cut off. Anyway, I've got an LA Knight action figure
Oh.
standing right here.
I don't know. I think Macho's cut off a little bit.
Yeah.
Here, but anyway.
So anyway, I'm holding it by the head. LA Knight and Jacob Fatu, continuing on with the bloodline type of things. We have really become massive fans of Jacob Fatu,
Mhm.
even though we both adore LA Knight
Yes.
hugely. That's my son's favorite wrestler is LA Knight.
Yeah.
But Jacob Fatu has quickly become a favorite.
Mhm.
That guy is agile.
Yes.
And he is intense and he is fun.
Has one of the best moonsaults in the business.
Beautiful moonsault.
And a big guy moving like that is amazing. And again, here he comes. He's in that same bloodline as Jay, the Fatu bloodline there, the Samoan dynasty. So yeah. He's cousins. He's first cousins with Jay, actually. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
And we love both of these guys.
Mhm.
It's hard. It's going to be hard to make this prediction because I love LA Knight so much, but I think potentially Jacob Fatu is going to come away with this tonight.
You think?
That's what I'm going to predict. I'm going to predict. I'm going to predict Jacob Fatu.
I'm saying LA Knight.
Okay.
Only because I think Solo's going to be involved, and he's going to cost Jacob the title from winning the title. Because
you think so?
They've been kind of setting up a little tension between him and Solo, which is also Jay's brother. So you see how this family business is all in here together. But because of Solo, when he broke off from Roman and Jimmy and Jay Uso, and he started his own bloodline, he brought Jacob in, he brought Tama Tonga in, and Jacob was I love you Solo, and now as Jacob's trying to after Solo lost, Jacob's kind of the love for Solo has not been as strong as it used to. And I think that LA Knight's going to retain only because Solo's going to become involved and cost Jacob the title, and then it's going to set up it's going to set up that between him and Solo for what's coming up over the summer. I'm predicting that it leads into something with SummerSlam. I know there's backlash that happens after WrestleMania, but I think if they told a story, they could really build up to a good SummerSlam with this.
Yeah. And
have the two of them against each other. Maybe, or who knows, but I honestly, I'm going to keep with my prediction. I'm saying that LA Knight retains.
And I think Jacob's going to win, and I think that's going to set up a program between him and Solo going forward.
Okay.
And, I don't know if they're going to give Solo a chance to really hang on to that title. Solo is great. I love Solo. Been a fan of his ever since he came in as well.
Yeah.
A little bit of the luster's kind of gone off of him since that, since he lost the tribal chief against Roman. Hasn't really felt the same.
Right.
But I think with Jacob and Solo kind of turning on each other a little is what it's feeling like is I think that potentially could be the setup. Ice Knight, how you doing, buddy? Hey.
Happy Saturday afternoon. Thanks for popping in.
Yeah, happy Saturday. Happy WrestleMania weekend. Happy Easter. Appreciate you being here. We're just Bo and Kevin are unavailable. Kevin popped in a second ago. Kevin's in Hungary right now. He's nowhere near the U.S., let alone Alabama. And Bo is doing birthday things. It's his birthday weekend. His birthday is tomorrow on Easter. So it's just Jess and myself hanging out. We're chit chatting wrestling.
Yep.
So feel free to hop in there as well. All right. So you've picked LA Knight. I picked Jacob Fatu.
Mm-hmm.
Let's bump up. There is Jade Cargill and Naomi.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Ice Knight said, I wanted to be here earlier. He's in hungry. Lucky, I want to go. Well, I tell you what, see if Kevin's suitcase is big enough next time. You can be a stowaway. Oh, Jade and Naomi.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Naomi married to Jimmy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That ties.
we're continuing the bloodline thing here.
We're working down the family tree here. But, yeah.
Jade, I have been a massive Jade fan. Jess will tell you.
Mm-hmm.
I have loved Jade since she was in AEW.
Yeah.
That woman has a look. And
Yes,
that look is just something that has enamored me.
Yeah.
But her attitude and her look, there's something about Jade I truly, truly like.
Mm-hmm.
And so looking at this, it's been an interesting build up. You know, Jade got attacked
Mm-hmm.
a few weeks ago and was laying on the car and set up the whole story of who did it.
Yeah, she was in a tag team with Bianca at the time. They were tag team.
They were tag team champions,
Mm-hmm.
were they?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it quickly became a whodunit, and it's been revealed in the last 2 or 3 weeks, of course, that it was Naomi that did it. She was jealous.
Jade and Bianca's friendship, and Naomi, was quick to step in after Jade was attacked. She was going to fill in and help Bianca carry the tag team titles. And
Ice Knight says Jade Naomi, one of the better storylines leading into WrestleMania. Absolutely.
I agree.
I absolutely agree. Naomi has turned heel with this.
Proceed with caution.
Yeah.
She's all about caution strips right now. Caution tape.
Yeah.
On her outfits. Yeah.
She's a Ghostbusters fan, apparently. I don't know. I got mixed feelings on this one because I like both of them. I think Naomi is a fantastic wrestler, and Jade is just fun to watch and look at.
Yeah.
She's just a statuesque woman.
Very much so.
Yeah.
I think Naomi's going to win tonight.
You got Naomi. All right.
Yep.
Writing that down.
Only because I just think the beat down that she got when Jade came back at Elimination Chamber, and just everything. I feel like Naomi's going to walk away tonight with the win on this one.
You know what? I do too, because Jade has had her number since she's come back, and I think tonight's the receipt.
Yeah.
Ice Knight. Yeah, cheap shot by Naomi for the win. Could be.
I was gonna say, being the heel now, she could do something. She could do something like that. Necessarily, I don't think it's going to be a clean win. I think there's going to be some type of a cheap shot. I would agree with that.
Yeah, absolutely. So as much as I want Jade to win, I love to see her get that WrestleMania win tonight. Yeah, I do agree that it's going to be Naomi, just because Jade has had her number.
Yeah.
Let's go up one more on this list. Like I said, we're not going to be here for a very long time because we want to get back to watching wrestling too. They're going to have to start the pre-show here soon if they haven't already. Street Profits and the War Raiders. You know what? When they were the War Vikings, is that what they were called?
Viking Warriors, Viking Raiders.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I mean, they've changed up names so much. So yeah, War Raiders, Viking Raiders. Yeah.
I did not like that gimmick.
No,
I couldn't stand the Viking gimmick. I don't know. It felt out of place.
Yeah.
Since they've been rebranded back to the War Raiders, which I believe they were in NXT under Triple H, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Since Eric and Ivar have come back as the War Raiders, I am enjoying the mess out of them. I think they're fantastic. that they've become a lot better to watch. They are incredible wrestlers, incredible big guys for sure.
Yeah.
They are fun to watch.
Yeah.
The Street Profits, I have loved. I think they've been entertaining. It's been, what was it? When they came to Birmingham.
It was when we went to Raw. They were,
Yeah. It was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
When Raw was in Birmingham and they came out, and I was like, man, I want to get one of those solo cups that they keep shooting out. But Dawkins, I don't know what it is. For some reason, I just like when Dawkins is just like, stirring the whole
doing
thing.
the stirring.
I'm like, what are you stirring, man? What's in the pot? So, and of course, Montez Ford, Bianca's husband. I love them both. To me, they've always been entertaining. When them trying to go through a change that they've gone through lately, it's kind of throwing them off. I kind of miss the old Street Profits.
Yeah. They've kind of went through the whole rebranding of themselves and the in their gimmick. So
yeah. So we've got these two. I think the War Raiders have been pretty good tag team champions. Street Profits, I certainly wouldn't mind seeing them hold the belts again. I like both teams.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're not your typical IWC members, your internet wrestling community members. We really like all these peoples and don't get into all the
and I've got my slap bracelets on with the well, see, US title. I'm sorry, I'm breaking up. The US title, and then I got my tag team slap bracelets on. So
what are the other two you got?
The NXT North American Championship, which was on
Ricky Saints.
Yeah, Ricky Saints was on Stand and Deliver. But I got both the slap bracelets for the World Tag Team and the WWE Tag Team because Raw and SmackDown brand. So yeah.
And then
the US Champion.
US Champion.
Yeah,
there you
that
go.
we talked about. Yeah. Sorry, didn't mean to distract, but when you're talking about tag teams, like, oh yeah, I got my bracelets on, by the way.
Yeah, we're still searching. Those things are only like $4 a piece. It's been real nice.
Yeah.
But we need to find more.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I could go either way with with these guys tonight. I don't think this is an overly intriguing match. This is probably one of the least intriguing matches for the night.
Yeah.
But I still like both teams. Who do you have, honey?
I think the Street Profits are going to retain. I feel like they're going to retain.
Are they the champs or is War Raiders
They're the champs.
When did War Raiders lose? I've been sleeping a lot lately.
It was it was a couple of weeks ago. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. I mean, we like these tag teams. We do like these tag teams. Sometimes, we don't clue in as much, but the Street Profits are current. Yes.
Okay. I thought the War Raiders were still the champs. You know what? I'm gonna agree with that because I think they're the ones that Tommaso and Johnny.
Same face.
Yeah.
Couldn't help it.
Johnny Gargano.
Johnny Gargano. Yes. If you know what I mean by Johnny same face, then you know what I mean. So
yeah. If you listen to Jim Cornette, he calls him Johnny same face. Ice Knight says, hang on a second. Ice Knight says heel face. I want them to show me that they belong. Tag team matches a snooze fest, and I used to love the tag division.
I agree with you on that. That's what I was kind of talking about in a way. Ice Knight is just. I'd like to kind of see the tag team championship kind of get back to what it was.
Wait a minute.
Tag team.
I am absolutely they're facing New Day. They're not facing the Street Profits.
Oh.
This is what I get for my screen being this big that I'm trying to look in.
Oh my gosh, we got to fail here. Sorry.
I am an absolute
I can't see that either.
Yeah, it's hard to see. Okay. That's right. They're facing New Day. And thank you to the deal.
That's why we were confused because look, that's why we were confused at first because but the Street Profits they're the tag team champions on SmackDown.
Yeah. Okay. This tells you, oh my gosh, this is embarrassing. Okay. So yeah, it's New Day versus War Raiders. So, okay. Thank you. You know the deal. Thank you for jogging my memory. I'm telling you, I didn't sleep well last night. And like you said, Ice Knight. Yeah, the tag team division has been a snooze fest, and this is how much we haven't really been paying attention. That you can tell which match already is going to be our get up and go to the restroom. So you know the deal says only way tag match works is if Big E makes a surprise in-ring appearance.
That's true. Yes.
Absolutely.
Because now we are right on the right card. We're on the New Day and the War Raiders.
Yeah.
Yes.
Apologies. Wow. We just showed some serious ignorance
Woo!
of not paying attention to which match was happening.
It shows you how much investment we have in the tag team division of WWE right now.
Absolutely.
I know the tag teams.
Yeah.
I know the members of the tag teams.
Wow, we just lost every bit of our credibility.
We did.
So anyway, so yeah.
Only in tag team though.
Only in tag team.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely. I have never been a fan of the New Day. I will make that stand. I have not been a fan of the New Day. And the thing is I don't like them as a team. I like them as people and as wrestlers. So that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but I don't know. They've never really appealed to me. Like we go to Dragon Con and we'll see
Xavier.
Well, Austin. It's his real name. Yeah. We'll see him at Dragon Con every year. He's always around. Big E, though, kind of feel a special connection in an unfortunate way because his last match where he got injured was here in Birmingham.
Yeah.
And so we were not at that show, unfortunately, but, you know, I don't know. It just feels like a connection to Big E. And I do love Big E.
Well, and Kofi's been to Birmingham for surgeries before. He spent a couple of, he actually, I read an article when he was out and recovering and had surgery that he loved Birmingham. He loved the people of Birmingham. He said it was the absolute nicest city he had been in a while. Everybody was so helpful and friendly. So, you know, they've given us, they've given us some love there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
War Raiders are the tag team champions.
They're the tag team champions.
Yeah, you're throwing me off my game, girl.
They're the tag team champions for Raw. Street Profits are the ones for Smack. You know, honestly, I just wish belts would be unified. I wish we would just have one tag team champion. If we've got it for the women, we should do it for the men. But whatever. So it gets confusing. It does get confusing,
as you witnessed in the stream.
So, okay, so our predictions: New Day and the War Raiders. I think New Day is going to walk away. I think New Day is going to win.
Yeah, and I do think you know the deal. I do think that Big E plays a part in that.
Yes.
At least in the storyline, because he showed up for their 10th anniversary and then just disappeared again. We haven't really seen him in the in-ring stuff. So, is he going to wrestle ever again? You hope so, because I'm sure that he would like to as well. And, we'll see for certain, but, yeah, we're both picking New Day to win.
Now that we're looking at the right card.
Yeah.
This screen is so small. I can't, I'm
looking at a tiny screen. No excuses. It's ignorance.
Moving on.
So, all right. So let's move to the top of this graphic on the left side. Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano.
Gracias. So, so have you heard anything else? Because they say Rey was helped out of the arena last night. There's video of him.
Yeah, I saw the video of Rey being helped down the aisleway from the ring last night on SmackDown after the show or after his match. I don't know. I don't know what Rey's status is tonight. I have not seen it. I've been half awake all day today.
Yeah.
So, but I haven't seen. Hopefully, Rey is okay. Hopefully, this is kind of the storyline. They're wanting something to get put out there. So, to give Rey kind of an out if he loses tonight, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. The El Grande Americano gimmick, because that's not Chad Gable.
That's Chad Gable. No, it's not. That's Chad Gable. No, it's not.
That's been a lot of fun because we both like Chad Gable a whole lot. Chad Gable is funny.
He really is.
He's very funny, and so I really enjoyed his gimmick. I think he's going to come away with a win tonight, and I don't know. how, and like I said, maybe if Ray is not hurt, that this plays into it. But
Yeah.
Ray's an all-time legend. I mean, there's no denying that. And Jess finally got to see him in person
Mhm.
a couple years ago in Huntsville.
Yeah.
When he came, and Ray's amazing. Ray's our age. I think maybe even just a hair older.
A little bit older. Yes, I
And
believe.
look, man, I hurt getting out of the bed every morning. Ray.
Hey. Yeah. Amazing to be still going at his age like he is.
Yeah.
And I mean, you can't, he's still just as good as he was and when he was younger. So
yeah. So what are you calling for this one, honey?
El Grande Americano,
aka
Chad Gable.
El Grande. I think that's going to set up maybe some sort of feud with Ray Phoenix. Do you think Ray Phoenix is going to get involved somehow?
I don't know. I was beginning to wonder.
They wrestled last night.
They had all the luchadors and American Made, all that going on last night. Where the luchadors are kind of coming together against the whole, Grande Americano gimmick kind of thing. So
yeah,
I don't know. I feel like I feel like Ray's going to lose tonight.
Yeah.
Hopefully that he's able. Yeah, hopefully that if he's able to compete tonight. If nothing's changed on that.
Otherwise, El Grande Americano can just issue an open challenge like Randy's having to tomorrow night.
Yeah. Well, one thing, as somebody was talking about, they think that there's been two people in the gimmick.
Mm-hmm.
We know primarily it's Chad Gable, but this guy pointed out that I watched that one of the guys they used in the Grande Americano get up, he did not have a back tattoo. And Chad Gable has a back tattoo that you can see.
Yeah.
You can see it when he's, normally when he's in his normal singlet and everything and he's wrestling. This guy pointed out that, I can't remember which episode it was, but it's kind of like right there in the beginning when he was just, when they were just introducing him or bringing him out.
Well, Chad was giving a backstage interview at one point, and you saw El Grande Americano walk behind him. And Ice Knight, Ice Knight says the Grande Americano wins with an assist from Gable.
That's what I was like.
That's
why
interesting.
I'm thinking somebody maybe, there's a reason why they've been doing that. Yeah.
Which opens up the question of who's the other guy.
Right.
Who is similarly built to Chad.
But yeah, and it kind of makes me wonder too, what if it comes down to Ray was injured, he can't compete, and then they have Chad Gable and another guy go up against, the other guy, whoever's been wearing the suit. What if they put them together tonight? Now
does Chad have a twin brother a la Dave and Earl Hebner?
Is this another Undertaker Underfaker situation? Yeah. No, I don't know that's, that's just, talking about, I don't know that that's happening, but you have to wonder, is Ray injured? Is there some kind of injury angle that's taking place with this match tonight?
Yeah. But we're both calling El Grande Americano.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay.
Whoever is in that suit.
Yeah. Whoever's in the mask.
Yeah.
All right. So 2 more matches for tonight that we'll offer our predictions on. And of course, the one I'm going to reference first, because we'll save the best for last, and we're going to save the worst for first. Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair.
And we have a comment.
We do?
Also, yes.
Yeah, I expanded the screen. So the deal says the whole match, Ray will try and unmask Grande Americano. Shockingly, I think Grande Americano will unmask Ray.
Nice.
You know what? That kind of makes sense to me, because I have seen 2 or 3 brand new photos over the last 2 days on social media of Ray without his mask. So Ray is putting his face out there a little bit more. Maybe.
Could very well be. That's a
interesting.
Good take on that. Yes.
Of course, we know what he looks like from his WCW days when that was not right.
No,
that was not right unmasking him. But yeah, Yeah, I saw him in a picture with like some dogs or something,
Hmm.
sitting in a recliner the other day. And Einstein said, "Yeah, true. One telling his age. I saw that.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. It's so maybe Ray putting his face out there on social media that maybe they might unmask him.
I mean, that's a very good take.
Yeah,
I didn't
that's
think I
excellent.
didn't think that that could be possible, but now that it's been mentioned, that's really good. It's a really good thought behind that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, now
Okay.
see, now my interest is there even more tonight. All right. So, and jumping back to the women's title
Mm,
match,
mm.
I got to be
Lord.
honest, I have zero interest in this. Um, I'm calling it the battle of the plastic. Um,
The battle of the
the
plastic.
battle of the
Yeah.
plastic.
Yeah.
Uh, Charlotte, I have never liked Charlotte,
I'm not
and
a Charlotte Flair fan.
that's just because of they just seem to slap the belt on her whenever she comes back with a new face every time she's injured, and B, whenever she does come back, she immediately gets vaulted to the top.
Yeah.
I don't like Charlotte. I don't like the way she's presented. I don't it to me it's it's that nepo mentality just
Hmm.
by being Ric Flair's daughter.
Yeah.
And I'm not in favor of that. And I'm not saying she's not talented.
No.
She is. She's incredibly talented. Um she can do a lot more than I can, believe me.
Oh yeah. I mean,
So
I'm not one to criticize because here
yeah,
I am and there she is.
yeah,
But
we're
I
on the
mean,
couch.
yeah.
She's out there working it.
You're right.
But it's just I don't like the way that she just gets handed. It just gets handed to her all the time. And
Mhm.
Ice Night, yeah, Charlotte never works. It's always given to her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she comes back from injury to the Royal Rumble. She wins a Royal Rumble.
Yeah. Was not happy about that.
Yeah,
As were a lot of people.
yeah.
I mean, it's and to what, speaking on that, I just think that, Charlotte comes from that NXT group of Bailey, of Becky, of Bianca. They were
Hmm.
the women, the four horsemen there in NXT, they refer to them as. And you see people like Becky. Well, Becky's out right now. Becky will come back, but she's out right now. But still, you see Becky, you see Bailey, you see Bianca. While they're still working and doing their thing, I see them also as uh, fostering and, you know, starting to mentor the new talent coming
Hmm.
in, the new ladies coming in, um, passing start kind of passing torches to them. Um, I, I've heard, I mean, I don't, whether they're true or not, I've heard statements made about, Charlotte, that she just doesn't feel like she should have to, you know, help anybody else out in a sense.
Yeah.
Um,
You got
I don't.
you want to see the veterans help out the younger talent. I mean, because we all get older
Mhm.
and they're going to need to replace, current talent down the line.
It just Charlotte just puts off that vibe of she
Yeah.
doesn't want to lose to anyone.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to be seen lesser than,
Yeah.
or I don't know.
Yeah. Ice Knight says the women's match needs someone from outside the match to come out and make a statement.
Mhm.
Yeah, I agree. Tiffany, I do like.
Yes.
sh-
I like Tiffany.
I like Tiffany.
I like Tiffany.
I like Tiffany a whole lot more than I like Charlotte.
Yes.
And I like the thing is with Tiffany, I really like Ludwig. I love Kaiser. I love her boyfriend.
Yeah.
But Tiffany is very talented. She's
Mhm.
very athletic and all. She just doesn't grab my interest. But yeah, I'm hoping that she pulls this out. I really hope that Tiffany wins because
Mhm.
Charlotte doesn't need it right now. Especially with and we'll talk about this tomorrow. Um, Cena is going to be going for number 17, and if he gets it tomorrow night
Mhm.
against Cody, if Charlotte gets what, this will be 15 for her.
Mm.
Is she 14 or 15 right now? Anyway, if they give it to her this quickly, she's going to catch Cena's 17, if Cena wins, she'll get Cena 17 titles,
Mm-hmm.
in the next couple of years, probably.
Yeah.
And John won't his record won't stand for a long time. And I kind of want to see that happen.
Mm-hmm.
The deal, says Flair is the bathroom break match of night one. Absolutely.
I can't argue with that. I can't argue with that.
Absolutely.
And just
and Ice Knight
Go ahead.
says Tiffany I like, but she's a placeholder for the
Mhm.
time being. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I mean, I like Tiffany Stratton. I like, where she's, she's made her place, in the main roster and has
Mhm.
moved up like that. And I think she's going to be, a good staple there for a while. And she's building herself up in this company and things like that. So she's got a long way to go. She's good.
She's definitely going to be a standout star for years to come.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And I think she's going to be earning her chances, unlike Charlotte.
Yes. Yeah.
So
I agree.
Yeah.
And the whole build up to this match too. The
It's been
promos have
horrible.
been
horrible.
have been the cringiest things I've ever had I've seen in a while. Just the cringe that has that has taken place, especially in their last one. My goodness. Anyway, we won't go there. So, but yeah, I'm gonna hope that Tiffany. I'm gonna hope that Tiffany wins. I'll say Tiffany keeps the title.
Yeah. I hope so too. I really hope that's because I think that's what's best for businesses at this point. I mean, they have to be, creative people there within WWE have to see what the fan reaction is for Charlotte right now, and it's not good. It's not we don't like her because she's a heel. It's we don't like her, period.
No, this is get this woman off of our TV.
This is go away heat. This is I don't want to see her. And I'm I am I'm in that. We have we have a ghost from the past saying,
Hi, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Says Charlotte wins. All right. You know what? And that wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. Charlotte is a company favorite for sure. But I really hope Tiffany does, because Tiffany needs this a lot more than Charlotte needs it for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we'll see. Yeah, and yeah, that little personal promo jab at each other was really terrible.
It was off-putting.
Very much.
It really was.
Yeah.
So, and Charlotte, she got rattled. She couldn't come back.
Yeah.
And we can talk about people coming back from being booed tomorrow night when we talk about things. But,
yeah,
you see the difference and you know what I mean, if you watched SmackDown last night versus when they did theirs. It's like, you can have the crowd give you a reaction, and it's how you do and what you do with that. Can you turn it around, or do you totally flake out? Charlotte flaked big time. She did not know how to come back from that or turn it back around. So
so we're both predicting Tiffany.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm saying Tiffany.
I am too.
I just don't want to say Charlotte wins. But.
Yeah. All right. Our last prediction for this live stream is the big one that we're all waiting for, because this guy right here is going to be.
Oh, that wise man.
He's going to be in our guy's corner. Well, they're all three our guys.
I know. They're all three my guys.
We love Seth. We love Punk. We love Roman. And we love Paul Heyman.
Yes.
So let's talk first of all our prediction for who Paul is going. We know he's going to be in the corner tonight during the match with Punk.
Mm-hmm.
Who does he leave with?
Well, there is a theory going around that he walks out with Seth.
It certainly seems that way.
Seth Rollins has made the wise men think recently. You can tell the wheels are turning when Seth's been talking to him.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe Paul just walks away. Who knows? But I don't think that he walks away with Punk or Roman tonight.
I don't either. And Seth would make more sense at this moment as a heel.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been showing a little bit of those tendencies lately.
Yep.
And Paul is much better always as a heel, as much as we love him. Like I said earlier in the stream, Jess and I are two people who love wrestlers just because they're wrestlers. We don't care if they're heel or babyface. I was cheering for Nia Jax at a house show when she was getting heat. I mean, we didn't care, but we cheered for her opponent as well. Was it Raquel during the?
I think so. One of the house shows.
Yeah,
I think so.
I cheer for everybody. I like them all because they're entertaining. But anyway, Paul works just so much better as a heel. We love him regardless. And with Seth showing a little bit of the heel tendencies lately, that's got my brain going.
Yeah,
maybe he walks with Seth, and because Roman's limited. He's got limited amount of appearances.
Yes,
Punk's going to be there. Seth's going to be there. So for me, that's how I'm thinking that Paul's going to walk out with Seth.
Yeah, they were sitting awfully close at the Hall of Fame too.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, they were.
Take that for what you will, but
and maybe that's because Seth was not giving a speech, unlike Punk. Punk introduced Bret Hart and Steve Austin's immortal match at the Hall of Fame last night. So
yeah,
who knows?
So as far as a prediction goes,
we both predict that Paul's going to walk out with Seth.
I think Seth is going to win tonight. I think Seth's going to win. I predict Seth. As much as I acknowledge my tribal chief and love my CM Punk, I also sing Seth's song. So
we sing them all.
I throw up my ones.
Whoa.
And cult of, I'm all about all three of these guys.
Yeah, we jam out the cult of personality.
So, but I have a strong feeling that Seth is going to be the one that walks away tonight as the winner.
All right. So you're picking Seth, and you know what? Honestly, I am too. As much as I want Punk to win, because I always want Punk to win.
Yeah.
I think Seth is a blindingly clear choice. I'm curious to see if they swerve everybody.
I would love a good swerve.
I would love something else to.
No,
yeah.
A swerve when I drive.
Yeah. Old Jess Nana over there.
Yeah. Yeah. And also Seth's come out on the losing end with Punk a number of times.
Yeah.
And the only thing that kept him from losing, the cell match was that Roman come in and, the reason he won, I say that, he came away with what he did with the cell match is because Roman got involved. So,
yeah. And, Roman's going to, it's just Roman. And like I said, his number of engagement. Roman's going to disappear probably after WrestleMania for a bit.
As he always does.
Yeah. And so it makes sense for Punk and Rollins to continue their feud.
Yeah.
So Ice Knight says a match where I don't like any of them.
Okay.
Boring Punk, former paper champ Reigns, and forgettable Rollins. But if I have to choose, I want Punk to win, but Seth will win.
All right.
So your prediction is the same as ours. Okay. And
hey,
yeah.
I know not everybody's a fan of Punk. Not everybody's a fan of Roman. And, I don't know if people would consider me a mark, but I like to think that I'm a mark in the good sense, not in the negative sense, the positivity. I am the mark that I like to be. It doesn't matter really which wrestling promotion it is. I like storytelling. I like things that will allow me to become invested into something. So, I try to, if I'm called a mark, I hope I'm seen as one in the positive light, not the negative.
Yeah. Storytelling is what's so key about us being wrestling fans. It's, there are a handful of wrestlers that we genuinely don't like. Charlotte being one of them. In AEW, cannot stand the Young Bucks, cannot stand Hangman Page.
The Boar Horseman.
Yeah. Cannot stand John Moxley. Worst wrestler, in my opinion, going right now. Do not, but that's a discussion for another promotion and another stream.
Yeah,
we're talking WrestleMania.
Yeah, we're not going down that rabbit hole or that tangent. We're going to stay focused on the WrestleMania here.
Yeah. So, okay, well, we have our predictions for the night. If you're just joining us on the live stream, both of us have picked Jey Uso to win. I picked Jacob Fatu to win. Jess picked LA Knight. We both picked Naomi. We both picked New Day.
Mm-hmm.
We both got El Grande Americano. We both have Tiffany, and we both have Seth. Jess and I did not discuss any of this.
No prep before this.
Yeah, I told her last night. I said, "Do not tell me who you're going to predict." And this just proves how much we think alike. We think the storylines are going to be similar going forward after LA Knight and Jacob Fatu, but different outcomes in order to make that happen.
Yeah.
So anyway, we've been here for about an hour and we've enjoyed chatting with you. Thank you to everybody in the chat who has participated. Ice Knight says, now we get to turn WrestleMania into a shake and bake and see what pops out.
Shake and bake, man. Shake and bake.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We're looking forward to spending the rest of the evening, rest of the whole weekend. We'll break in the morning for Easter service, but then right back into WrestleMania mode as soon as that's over and after lunch. If you've enjoyed sitting in here and being a part of the conversation, if you've enjoyed watching just us give our opinions that really don't matter, but we just wanted to
we're just two people in a small town in Alabama, and we love wrestling. We love watching wrestling. We're fans of wrestling, have been all of our lives. So that's what we are.
Yeah, we go to the shows. We watch all the shows. It's primarily what we watch during the week. It's really sad. But Kevin and Bo not able to be here. Jess and I figured we'd hop on and just have a fun wrestling stream both today and tomorrow. So join us tomorrow on Sunday. She and I are going to get back on here at the exact same time, 2:30 Central Time tomorrow, and we'll discuss what happened tonight, and we will talk about our predictions for night 2, and then turn it into our audio episode on Wednesday. So, but shout out to Dave and Bo. Kevin? Did I say Dave? I don't know what I said earlier. Yeah, Kevin's out of country. Bo is celebrating birthday and Easter with the fam this weekend. If you've enjoyed it, hop over to Bama Geeks. That's where you can find all the info about us. Our social media is at Bama Geeks everywhere, and if you're on Facebook, jump into the front porch. That's our Facebook community. Just look up Bama Geeks Front Porch. We'll let you in. You can join in the conversations there.
Hey, Ice Knight, no worries.
No worries, Ice Knight.
You see how we flubbed up earlier.
Yeah.
So
we're calling the Street Profits and the War Raiders. Calling Kevin Dave is nothing.
I'm embarrassed. I'm so embarrassed about that. But what can you do, right? Hey, it just is what it is.
Yeah,
we're not perfect.
By no means.
We are not. We are not big time in the whole internet wrestling podcasting community live streams. We're just us.
Yeah, we're just us and just hopping on here to talk about something we enjoy. But thanks again to our top Patreon members, Jamie, Mike, Darnay, and Jack. And again, happy birthday to Jamie. Today is her birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, Jamie.
Yeah, we love you guys. Appreciate all the support that you've given us over the years. They are long-standing supporters. But we're going to call it an afternoon. And if you like this video, please hit subscribe. Please hit the like button. If you're watching this after the fact, leave a comment. Let us know who you're predicting might win all these WrestleMania matches. And we will be back tomorrow, 2:30 Central Time, right here. Are you stretching or what are you doing?
I'm fixing to yeet us out of here.
Oh, well. Well, she is going to yeet. I am Brock. That's Jess. We are one half of your Bama Geeks. Thanks so much for being here with us. We'll see you again tomorrow afternoon.
Hey, and happy WrestleMania weekend.
Happy Easter. Happy WrestleMania weekend. Yeet us out, Jess.
Yeet.